Welcome to construction of block 8. I don't have a picture of it, so I brought this one. I printed this one out. This is so charming with all the little calicos in there. This is basically it. This is the block with the most pieces, but it's also a block that's very simple, just repetitive. And as we go through it, we will see how to create these sections. So what I suggest, there's your pattern, and there's your pattern with all your colors marked on it. So I suggest that we break this down. So we've got our center section here that we will build with paper piecing or regular piecing. I've given you the sizes here to just make regular piecing. It's fairly simple. It's just small pieces. That's all you have to remember. Now, bear in mind you can piece a little bigger and then cut back. So something like this, you could take this, which is either a white or a yellow, or sorry, a white or a gold, and these ones are green or gold. So you could take this size, make it a little thicker, piece it together, then cut it in half so you can have both of these done at the same time. Same with the outer ones here, and then these of course are thin, but they're long. The next section to do is this section. Okay, that is just a paper pieced strip, and we do 4 of those around. Decide where you want to cut it. If you want to cut it like this, and then like this. I know it's getting all jumbled now, but just, you remember, don't duplicate your ends. So that has been done a little bit on my sample, which I'll show you in a minute. Then we have just the squares together, and I'll show you that construction method today. And then again, we have half square triangles built with paper piecing and then just cornered, which are very simple to do. So to get started, we're going to paper piece our center, and when we're done we will just double check it's squared up and everything. And bear in mind that this has a direction, so it goes, these two go on the side, and then this goes on the top, and the red goes on the top and the bottom. Okay, I've already added the first strips. Let's go over here. So I've already added this strip and this strip to that section, like that. And they are created by the paper pieced patterns that you will get. They're a little tricky, a little small, but they're just doable if you take your time. Then we have our red and green stripe. So this is a simple one to do. If you want to paper piece it, you certainly may. But I've given you instructions to cut your 2 1-inch pieces and use strips. So this way we would just put these together, sew them down the length of the strips, and then when we pull them out, we press them open, and now we have a long strip. Then we can then subcut them into the smaller pieces that we need, and then we will sew them together. Green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. That would be our next one. So those are simple enough to do, and just take your time, as I said, and just let your pieces come together slowly. So the next one we will do is, we've got, if this is the top up here, we've got these side pieces to go on there. Now, bear in mind that the corners are done differently each time. This one is a triangle, this one is a triangle, and this one is a diagonal, and this one is probably the way we would do it today, and switch that block around. But do what you like. If you want to have it perfect, that's fine. If you want to include these little quirks, which are kind of fun, do it the way that she has it. And they're indicated on your paper with the colors. So this one we're going to sew just like we normally paper piece. I've got my colors there. So red's the next ones to go. I fold it and I've got the crease there, so I know that it's going to go along that crease and get sewn there. Unfortunately, I've torn this piece of paper, and I imagine that that happens occasionally, especially little things like this. So what I do is, if I do something like that, I usually get a little bit of tape and just fix it. And even that little piece of tape is too much, so I'll just tear off a little piece. Bear in mind when you press, that tape will melt a little bit, maybe on your board, but it should be fine because it's just a quick press. So then I would continue to sew those. Then I would continue to sew the rest of my greens and reds border. Then I would continue to sew my last border. So as you can see, there's lots of pieces. This is a very challenging quilt with regards to the lots of pieces and the different paper piece elements. But we've done a lot of these already in different blocks, and we'll continue to do them. So it's just time, slow down, go slowly, think about what you're doing, cut your pieces, and then have it finished, and it'll look lovely. And that's block 42. Thanks.